Good afternoon. Welcome back to Crochet with Lulu and Gracie and the crew of 5. 3 are laying in the floor, 1 sitting over here, and then 1 is right here. How's everyone doing, and what have you been up to this week, and have you been doing any fun things? I have not been anywhere in a while. I don't remember when the last time I went out. That's sad, isn't it? But I have not been. I've been to the driveway, I've been to the basement, to the backyard. That's about the extent of my outside activities. It's been so hot and humid. We had a little pop-up rain earlier today, and I thought, oh, that's so heavenly. And no sooner than it started, it stopped. And I took them out, got outside, and I looked. Part of the driveway didn't look like it had rained a drop on it. And then part of it was soaked. The front yard was pretty much drenched. It's just the summer weather. I wanted to say hello and thank you for all the sweet comments that everyone's been leaving on my Christmas extravaganza videos. I have had a wonderful, wonderful time watching all of the videos that everyone is sharing. Please go over to K&K Crochet, give those girls some love, and look at the list of the ones that have participated so far on hashtag Christmas Extravaganza 2026. They're not barking at anything but Gracie. This is like a new thing. The last few weeks, they will just raise their little heads up and they'll look at Gracie and they'll start barking and growling. And she's laying still. She's not bothering them. Most of the time, she's not even looking at them. But I can't tell if they're wanting to play or if they're, you know, just letting her know, hey, we're here too. I don't know, but they're driving me up the wall doing that because, I mean, it's just sudden outburst. I hope everyone's had a good week. I hope you've been doing fun things. Like I said, I haven't been out anywhere except the driveway and the backyard and the basement. And the basement's not a whole lot. Bigsby decided he wanted to be up here. I wanted to show you a couple of projects that I have finished. Well, one I finished, I think yesterday, and the other one I've started this week. It'll take me some time. Normally when I do a doily, I just kind of take my time. I let it, you know, I do a few rows because with it, you really have to pay attention to where you put your stitches because then, like this one will make pineapples and it will be a square. When it's finished, it'll be a square. And if you're not careful with that, as we know, it's with anything else, it'll be kind of loblollied. So here is the doily so far. And I'm kind of at, like I said, I'm at that stage to where I really, really have to pay attention because some of the points you have 2 double crochet, chain of 3, and then 2 double crochet, and then some you have 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. And you have to really, really, I really have to pay attention to my doilies. So that is my work in progress for this week. And then I finished a beanie. I had and I believe I saw her on YouTube, and I cannot remember her channel name. But she had the prettiest, I called it a spiral beanie. And I thought, I know I've seen Fiber Spider do one, and I think Bag O' Day has done one. So I headed over, and the lady that I was watching, her stitches was so pretty, but she was using a variegated yarn, and I could not tell where she was putting her stitches. I could not tell. I just had to quit watching it because it really made me nervous trying to figure out where she was putting the stitches, because I thought I would love to make that beanie. It was beautiful. It reminded me of how the women used to wear their hair, kind of like my mother used to wear hers. We called it a French twist in the back, and then she would have it bobby pinned in, and it would kind of be this, not a bouffant, but it was the French twist, we called it. It kind of reminded me of that in a beanie. And it was so pretty, and I thought, oh, I want to make that so much. This one is not exactly what I wanted, but I love this. So I went over to Fiber Spider. I remembered he had one, and I made the spiral beanie. And it reminds me, I've done doilies with this pattern. And I remembered that after I started working on it, how, you know, that I had made the spiral, but it was in, I had not made it in a beanie before. I'd made it in a doily. Now I will have to really be careful the next time I make one. And I'm not real pleased with how this done. This is my fault. I pulled my stitches too tight in the beginning ring. At a certain point, Craig stops and he tells you, you know, for his size, he needed 7 inches from one side to the other. So when I measured mine, because I'm using a smaller weight yarn, a smaller size yarn, it was not even close to 7 inches. So I kept increasing. When I went back to finish my beanie with the pattern that he was using, I had way too many stitches. I want to think I had like maybe 80 stitches. And I thought, oh no, that's a ginormous amount of stitches. That's a lot of stitches, because normally I make my beanies, all of my beanies end with 60 double crochets or 60 single crochets in one row. And so I knew 80 was way too many. I mean, I think I have made up to 72 on a couple of my men's beanies that I made a year or so ago, but still 80 is a lot of double crochets. So I started decreasing, and I just about made it too tight. So I wish I could find the happy medium because I love this pattern. I love how that just spirals around. I just loved it. And I love looking at the top, all except this. I think I can go back and loosen that, because I did leave this. I think I can go back maybe and pull that and work some of that out to where it's not as bulky. But that is my finished beanie, and my work in progress is my doily. So let me know what you're working on and what have you been up to this week, and do you have any plans for the weekend coming up? I don't think we have any plans. It's my birthday Saturday, the 18th, whenever the 18th is. So I'll be the big 6'1". Who would have thought? Who would have thought that I'm old enough to go to the Senior Citizen Center, get senior discounts? I mean, it's just, time has really gone by. Really, really gone by so fast. So leave me comments, tell me what you're gonna do and what you're working on. And please, as I mentioned, go over to K&K Crochet, watch their videos, subscribe to their channel, and please watch the #Christmas Extravaganza videos. You will not be disappointed. I have loved there's so many ideas and suggestions, and when I see them, I think, I want to do them, I want to do them, I want to make those, and I just love them. They give you so many good tips, so many good, all of these ideas that you can do for gifts, really anytime. But we're focusing mainly to get everybody prepared for Christmas. But oh my word, all of these beautiful things. So please go over and get a list of the ones that's participating. You will not be disappointed. And join me back next time for more chaos in the living room in Lululand. Bye-bye.